everyone, I'm Shobita Srivastava of class 11th, and the topic that I'm going to discuss with you all today is clotting mechanism. Now let us start our discussion with what is blood. As you all know, blood is a fluid connective tissue that flows in our blood vessels and capillaries, transporting various substances around the body like digested and absorbed food and oxygen, which is very essential for the proper functioning of human body. Now let us try to understand the composition of blood with the help of a diagram. As you can see, there is a fluid portion which is plasma, and it constitutes around 55% of the total blood. It has water which is around 92% and other solutes like ions, nutrients, waste product, gases and regulatory substance. Then there is 7% of plasma is composed of various proteins like albumins, globulins, fibrinogen and prothrombin. Fibrinogen and prothrombin are mainly responsible in the clotting mechanism. Now another 1% of blood is composed of white blood cells. White blood cells are also known as leukocytes and they range between 5,000 to 10,000. Then we have platelets. Platelets also known as thrombocytes and they range between 140,000 to 340,000 and they are produced by some special bone marrow cells and it is mainly responsible for the blood clotting. Then another 44% of blood is composed by red blood cells also known as erythrocytes which ranges between 4.2 to 6.2 million. Red blood cells are a small size biconcave disc which carries oxygen. The concavity on either side increases their surface area and enable them to carry more oxygen. Now let us understand the coagulation of blood. Okay, so when vessel is ruptured, blood oozes out, right? After a few minutes, you will observe that blood has lost its fluidity and it has formed a semi-solid jelly-like structure. This phenomenon is what we call as coagulation or clotting of blood. And this is one of the most effective defense against bleeding in human body. Now this clotting mechanism occurs in few stages. So let's talk about stage 1. Now the blood vessel is ruptured and the platelets are exposed to air or they come in contact with some foreign particles. So when this happens, the platelets break down, releasing an enzyme called thrombokinase, also known as thromboplastin. The ruptured blood vessels or the capillaries to produce thrombokinase. This is what we call as clotting factor. Now in stage 2, the thrombokinase together with calcium ions will convert prothrombin into thrombin. As I told you before, prothrombin is an inactive protein present in the plasma of blood. Now in stage 3, the thrombin will act on fluid fibrinogen and will convert it into a fine mesh-like network of fibrin fibers. As you can see it in the diagram, this blue thread-like structure is fibrin strand. Fibrinogen 2 is a blood protein present in the plasma of blood. The fibrin thread formed are insoluble and entangles the RBCs which result in the formation of blood clot. And once the clot has been formed, pointed projection of platelets adhere to the strands of fibrin and contract. This in return pulls the fibrin thread and draws the edge of broken vessels together. So within about 30 minutes, the clot becomes more compact and seals the blood vessel. I hope you all have understood the concept of clotting mechanism. That's all for now. Thank you.